Okay, I'm going to switch to wobbly mode. I'm quite high up, so if I do see anything that's down there, perhaps I'll be able to zoom into it a bit. Goodness, we'll see where we come out. I mean, it does look like there's a route down there, but gosh, I don't really want to. I don't know if I want to chance it. You know, it's getting across these places, and this looks like it's a proper walk. I can hear stuff going on. Okay, I'm going to carry on. So I've taken it off super steady mode now, and that is just so I can zoom in if I see anything. Goodness, if I see anything, you'll probably be the first time you get smelly vision on a mobile phone, because that is pants cacking time. You can sort of see, if I kind of move the camera, you can see how far down that is now. I didn't even know this ridge was there. I thought this was all flat. So, Lord knows where I'm heading. But, you know, once you've started, you have to carry on. Now, ideally, if I can find a path that kind of sort of takes me down a bit, but a gentle sort of like slope, then that's going to be what I use. I have to say, this stick is great. Oh, I hope it doesn't give way on me. Just, thank you, stick. Thank you, Mr. Stick. You know, if there were a Bigfoot up here, you've got everything. You've got deer, sort of dead bird in the woods. You've got the high ground. You've got the low ground. You've got a stream. If there were, let's say there was a physical Bigfoot up here, then that would be all that you need, I'm guessing. And I'm sure there's like little berries and stuff around here as well. I don't know how many people come up this route. It doesn't look like it's well trodden. It's going to be fun finding my way back. Goodness. I need to keep heading in the right direction. My God, when you walk out here, I mean, this is crazy, you know. Smaller, maybe dog. Nothing big. That was a pretty steep hill, you know. It's I'm going to earn my orange juice by the time I get back to base camp. But yeah, I'll tell you folks, what I initially thought was a field. Sorry, I thought something was crawling on me then. What I initially thought was just a field could be a far bigger area. Please don't say adders again. Oh. It's a danger, risk of falling, the coal authority. Interesting. I'm going to follow this trail as far as I can. It's definitely plateaued out now, so I'm hoping where it comes out might just be on the hill. I don't really fancy clambering down that slope. More footprints. That's a hell of a distance down there. I'm not going to get too close, but I would say that's 100 metres down. Maybe, I don't know. I could be about 50 metres. Oh Jesus, that's a slope. So if this isn't the route this isn't the route I was planning to end up on, but it's a lot more interesting. There's like a load of shale and rocks. This is crazy. I know if I'd been 20 years old, I'd be scampering down there. Not scampering, but I wouldn't have any fears about all my joints refusing to do anything. As it is, I'm nearly 60, so when I say nearly 60, very, very close to 60. Just have not got a clue where I am, and just looking around, see if I'm, you've got to look at the ground, see if you can see anything, because that's what we're here for. This is like a bona fide track as well. So we're definitely somewhere. So if I go up, what I might find is an actual route into those ferns. I didn't want to go through last time because that would have been just crazy. Oh, thank God for it. Thank goodness for his stick. It's my favourite stick ever now. Thank you, my trusty friend, for helping me. I know you're a little bit rotten, but I'll give you a good resting place when I get back, because this is where you live and this is where you belong. I don't want to be taking anything from the chase. Sounds like some sort of business. I can hear. Jesus, that's a long way down. Do you know what? If you fell down there, kiss your ass goodbye. It sounds like some kind of quarry works. I mean, I guess maybe it's a mining board that has to check out areas like this because of its history with mining. I wasn't aware there was any kind of like stuff down here though. Mad. I have shit all idea where I am. Sorry for the slight curse, but follow this round and hopefully I'll end up somewhere I can recognise. I can always Google Maps where I am, but where would the fun in that be? We're going down a bit. That is definitely a valley of quite crazy proportions down there. It's just definitely something I need to look at in Google Earth to see actually how low it is compared to where I've just walked. So what I'll do as soon as I come to the end of the track here, I will, really kind of calibrate where I am, and so I know where to look for on this is. can see a path of sorts down there. I don't want to be on this trail in case a great big wagon comes past. Do you know what? I'm kind of relieved that I didn't go for the ferns, because the notion of being bitten by a snake, when you see a sign saying danger, stay on the path because of adders, it's a big footprint. It's probably a cricket, but because it's so dry, your mind starts to imagine things. I heard something that sounded like a rattlesnake. I mean, bloody hell, that would be a bit of a shitter. So these are like horse prints or something, because they're very round. Let me just have a quick look down here. Again, another path. There's a lot more flies down here. So when I first came in, there was a god-awful smell, and I wasn't aware of where the smell came from. I'm looking at that now thinking, I wonder if I can get down. I can always get back up if I need to, so goat steps, goat steps, goat steps, goat steps. Tiny steps. Walking along here, still looking out, sort of soil, very fresh. God, this is like almost like volcanic. It's like fresh soil from summit. It's kind of a bit weird. God knows what that is, but it's so soft. No dead bodies, unless there's a load of them. It's kind of black as well. Look at that. So God knows what's been tipped down here. Hope it's nothing toxic. Okay, let's just see if we can find a route through. I'm not going to push this. I'll tell you what I'll do, I'm going to take a drink. Sorry, that was a fly. Bit of protein if it goes down. I actually think somehow I'll come round in a great big circle. I'm hoping that's the case. See, my aim now is to find a decent place to access all of this, because it's all well and good me crunching through, but I think the initial sign of adders will probably terrify most of my team. You know, it's the more people you got, the more footsteps, the more likely you are to piece something off. But I'm hoping that's not going to happen. If we find a reasonable route in. So yeah, let's continue down here. It's sort of a semblance of a path. Right, looks like I'm losing the path now. So I'm going to try and head back up a little bit. Like I said, I don't want to push this too much. I'm out here on my own, and safety first. And do you know what? It's not so bad. This looks like a proper path. Yeah, it's not so bad because to stick to a path, because there's always possibility of seeing things that other people might not be looking for. They're just walking the dog. Quite often, people have seen things anyway when they've been walking a dog, or when they've just been out walking. You go looking for these things and they never appear. But it's like a well-used route. All sorts of stuff's been through here. Horses, by the looks of it. I mean, it's, you know, and this is the thing. It's easy to get all romantic about big holes in dirt and say, you know what, that's kind of like right length for a foot. But when you've got so much traffic through here, it's pretty, unless you've got real clear footprints and there's nobody else about, then you might as well just discount it. The flies love me now. Yeah. Well, I can hear traffic, so that's a good sign that I'm not too far away from the road. Then we can actually look at the extent of where I've actually been and where I've actually come out. And if this is a path that takes us to here, then you know, that's even better. And you know, and if we got like a watering hole as well, I guess if there was anything, if we don't see Bigfoot, we might see deer. There's another thing. The stick is actually really, oh, maybe it's not so strong. Sorry, stick. I'll see if you was good enough to take home, but I guess, you know, bits of you are going to have to stay on Cannock Chase. Again, I think more hoofy marks. Definitely a road, and I'm definitely on a path, so you put that combination together and we might have our entry point to some degree. But it's funny, you know, I had a dream, and when I was back up there on a ridge looking down, my dream was that there was a couple of us and we were looking down, and there was like a bit of pine forest and stuff, and we could actually see some activity. I thought that was really, really interesting. So now the moment of truth, hopefully, is nigh, and I'll be able to find out exactly where I am. One thing's for sure, it's not where I thought I'd be. A horse. Okay, holy fuck, where am I? Okay, follow the path, stick to the path. Oh, road. Okay, that's interesting. So we have found the entry point. The entry point to the chase. Where am I? I ain't got a clue. And don't bang your head as you're walking out. Thank you very much. Oh no, that's outstanding. We're actually, that is outstanding. So, not where I want it to be, but basically, if you look in the distance, We can see the tent at the Rag Inn. That's outstanding. And there is this big going first. So we've got this big now kind of block of concrete. I'm gonna have to find somewhere actually quite reasonable to walk, I think. But yeah, here we are. So interesting, very interesting experience. I'm going to switch back to the other mode now. All right. So it's not a long walk back to the car, but it's really been interesting to sort of see where so it's kind of like another route in there, I think, but I'm not sure. Let's go down anyway. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, mine notices where I get a bit after all of that. Wow, so this is it's amazing. This could be the money shot. There is zero chance of getting through that, but we saw someone walking through it. I've not yet found a path, a feasible path for something to walk through. So this is pretty much what I can see from my vision. It's, yeah, it's pretty accurate. Remember, folks, if you do see anything on this, please let me know. You can actually imagine that somewhere amongst all the ferns, maybe that's where deer are. There's enough like deer scattered around to indicate they've got literally everything. I mean, the ferns, they can, I'm not sure where deer sleep, but I would say maybe, you know, woodland or ferns or somewhere cool. And also you've got the watering, you've got the stream, you've got a pool, but more the stream than anything. And you've got like a little creek stream that almost dried up, but I'm guessing when it rains it's quite interesting. So this is like route number 2 in. This would be an amazing place to actually set up a couple of seats and just watch. You've got natural shade here with the trees giving you shade. you've got literally everything. If you've got a decent camera up here, you've got the sky, you've got the you know, you've got the tree line, you've got everything you'd need. And if somebody else was to go up on the ridge, the other side where I've just come down, keep within in walkie-talkie contact. Again, that's another fantastic place. Not many people up there. Feels very secluded. Amazing drop down into the forest. So we kind of got all angles covered. As for a day investigation, it's really absolutely amazing. And then on the way back, you can drop into the Rag Inn for a nice drink. But 100% definitely sure you can't. There is no way you could actually get down there from here. Okay, just on our way back to the car now. So yeah, there's 3 or 4 places you could actually get a really good view of everything that's going on in here. There's lots of little access points where you can't actually see from Google Earth or Google Street. This isn't one of them, but again, what a great view. Do you know, 100% whatever we saw is yeah, whatever we saw was yeah, definitely, I can't see a route through, so, and I think, unless this offers, actually this is a route through, okay, there's something else, yeah, I think we just found a route through. God knows how you get to this path though. And the thing is, this is the path I saw on Google Earth, and so we've got to try and be kind of feasible about this and say, what is the lowest point that I'm walking past here that I could actually be seen from the other side? I would say this is the lowest point. But I would say from the road you'd only be able to see my shoulders. Again, as I've said before, these are about 5 foot high ferns. I'm 5'9". I can see over them, so I'd say they're about 5 foot. And from the road, and I'm not even sure it was this far in. But this is interesting. This takes us up into some woods. While I'm here, I might as well go and investigate. So there's a great point just over there where you can like literally watch from a slightly higher vantage point everything around here, and this goes up. So what I'm trying to find is there a reasonable place on here where you can walk through and come out? Because this looks like a really decent path. Hard to know in this weather whether it's well trodden, but just going to put the phone down a sec. Just going to do my shoelaces up. Okay, just rest there, my friend. So at this point, Bigfoot appeared, did a dance, stripped off, ran around, did a few cartwheels. And then I grabbed the camera, look up, nothing there. Sorry, missed microphone. There's an actual path that goes through here. Again, so we know the entry point now. We've got a genuine entry point to this area. I'm hoping that this actually comes out somewhere where you can actually... Yeah, I don't know. Do I want to go down there? It looks like it should come round. Did I miss something? So I'm looking for dog poo as well, because I know people around here are very good, but maybe, just maybe, if you had a dog, bring it down here, does its stuff, you don't pick it up. There should be, you know, stuff knocking around. Obviously, there's been a lot of water down here at some point. You know, a lot of flies down here, that's for sure. There is one other theory. That was me, by the way, stepping on a log. There is one other theory that kind of occurs to me, but I don't know. And that is, what if... That's a big spider. So yeah, my other theory is, what if for a few seconds, when me and Kim looked over, we witnessed something akin to a time slip. Yeah. That's my other theory. Because surprisingly, and I've as I said at the top of the video, I retraced the route back to the very, very point where I say, imagine if you was coming to Cannock for the first time, how great this place looks. Traced it back to there, and I followed the exact sat nav or Google Maps route back to where we are. And one thing really stands out is that I refuse to believe that within how many days? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, within 5 days, that those ferns have grown another 10 foot, another 8 or 9 foot. I refuse to believe that. So that leaves us with two possibilities. That leaves us with two possibilities. Number one, we witnessed some kind of time slip where we're looking, you know, onto a field, not onto a road. We're looking onto a field and we saw what we saw. Secondly, well, the other thing is that whatever's walking through that field was a lot taller than maybe I'm giving it credit for. Because by God, we could see its torso and its arms and its gait. I've not found any evidence on the ground to suggest there was anything, but you know, it was bone dry on Saturday, it was bone dry the Saturday before, it was bone dry the month before, and it was bone dry the month before that. So if, for argument's sake, there was anything, it wouldn't be leaving any tracks. Like I said, you know, 100% we saw something, and it would have been around about this area. Maybe not, maybe closer to the road than what we imagine, but as there's no paths or anything, got to conclude that yeah. I'm sorry, Mr. Stick, I left the stick back there. So yeah, the lowest point, the road's over there. We'll look, see if we can see if there's any cars that go past. Yeah, literally can't see any cars going past. Doesn't mean there hasn't been, but such a weird kind of path in. Don't know what they do down here. This could be a fire break, like supposed to be a fire break maybe. I'm so glad I didn't wear shorts. I was going to wear shorts today, but given what I had to kind of like get through and that fear of adders, it would have been double and tripled by wearing shorts, that fear. wind's really getting up now. I'm going to keep half an ear out for, that's a bloody big web that is. I mean, even from here you can't actually see anything. I keep thinking there's a car coming behind me, but must be the wind. Okay, so this brings us full circle. So yeah, that just down there is where, looking over the field that way, that's where we saw something, but it's almost impossible to see, so I'm actually a little bit confused. But this is 100% the location, because I've traced back all the locations back up to the top, and definitely nothing there. So I'm at this wonderful pub. If you're passing through the chase, please drop in and pay homage to them. Hope you enjoyed that, folks. Till next time, take care.